actually the level of resources that are currently being provided nowhere near enough to deal with all of the issues that families are being faced with right now.
Hello and welcome to Captions. My name is Cecil Blutcher. I'm a current student at Bradley University. I'm a member of the speech team there at Bradley. I'm heavily involved with the student admissions office there. I'm very involved in the campus, and I'm here sitting in on Captions, filling in for Andre Bohannon. Today we're continuing our ongoing theme of community action through changing lives. Essentially focusing on our PCCEO programs. And today we're here to talk about, in our first segment, the Community Services Block Grant Program. And to talk to us today, we have Ms. Martha Hunter, who works within the CSBG program, particularly focusing on the Emergency Services Program. How you doing, Ms. Stewart?
I'm fine.
Okay.
And you?
I'm doing all right. I'm cool. All right. Well, to start things off, I kind of want to just get an overall grasp for how the program works. So can you tell me what the Community Services Block Program is?
The CSB program is the Community Service Block Grant that funds several programs here at PCCEO. My program consists of emergency services, which include emergency rental assistance, emergency food vouchers, third-party transportation, and prescription vouchers as well. Our food bank have a program under CSBG. We have a scholarship program and our media service program.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So would you say that you enjoy working for this program?
Of course. I've been here for quite some time now, and I just enjoy helping people.
Okay, and so is
and
that...
the program that I'm actually I'm a housing services specialist. So by me, I house quite a few people, which include rental assistance as well as some mortgage payments. We do that sometimes as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What components make up this program? Emergency
rental, emergency food, prescriptions, the scholarship program that our scholarship program, we serve individuals at Illinois accredited 2 to 4 year institutions here.
Okay. Oh, so essentially you do a scholarship program for students moving on from high school to college.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the stipulations? Do the students have to live in the Peoria area, or?
Yeah, you have to live in Peoria,
okay,
and you can only go to the colleges here, 2 to 4 year institutions here in Illinois.
In Illinois,
yes.
Okay. So give me a bit more information about that, because that's a very hot button issue, you know, with Obama tailoring a lot of his education programs.
Well, what you should do is maybe you could contact our office, and Arthur Welch is the manager over our CSB program, okay, and he can give you detailed information as to who can apply and what time the services are offered.
Okay, yeah, most definitely. I urge all students to go out and take advantage of that, because the numbers we have here are amazing. I see that you gave out 26 scholarships last year, and over $22,000 in funding. And if you do the math, you can see that's a lot of money per student. All right. Well, let's shift back towards the the Community Services Block Program. So we've kind of talked about what it is and what makes it up.
Right.
Now, can you give me a bit more detailed information as to like the personal impact, like the families? Can you tell me more about the families that you serve?
For the past year, we assisted over 400 people under our emergency rental program. And of those people, we provide emergency rental to the homeless and at risk. At risk is an eviction notice. And first months is if you're homeless.
Okay.
So if you're either of the two, and then you qualify for our emergency rental program. And we do emergency lodging for disaster victims, fire or flood.
Okay.
So we have assistance for those families as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What percentage do you think of each type of assistance do you think you provide? Like, I guess a better question to ask would be, what's the largest? And then on down from there.
Well, with the increase in homeless families, and we have actually with the economy the way it is, and then with the increase in people losing their homes, we've had a great demand in the area of rental.
Oh.
And actually it's basically new faces because of, you know, the mortgage crisis and all.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and actually that our numbers increased because of those people included families with children.
Mm.
And then we don't want to forget about the, we have an increase in homelessness with, it seems, the male population.
Really?
You know, we having more males to come in requesting services.
Wow.
Yeah.
So males, can you explain why you think that's happening?
I'm not, well, actually, I do see an increase that request services because if they're recently released from the Department of Corrections.
Mm.
So we have quite a few because this is one of the referral places that they're given when they leave.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This as in PCCEO?
PCCEO, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You mentioned that you're consistently seeing new faces coming in, and it's I'm sure it's making for a great workload for you guys. But what do you think is the reason why you're seeing more and more new faces come through?
Well, at one point there was a job crisis, as well as the mortgage crisis. So, and without a job, that increased homelessness in the people who have owned homes.
Okay.
For a length of time, you know, so, and a lot of them, it's just not the same families that we served in the past, you know. As I stated, it's basically new faces because of them losing their jobs and other crises.
Okay. All right. So, let's say that I just moved to Peoria. I just moved from Cook County into Peoria. I've been on government assistance. I have a family, let's say a wife or a girlfriend and 2 small children. I do not have a place to stay. I don't know what to do, but I have been referred to your program. What is the process for me to sign up to receive assistance?
You would just need to contact our office here at 711 and ask for emergency services, and our families that that receive emergency rental, they would have to have an income in order to maintain. And I not only assist with the services, I do referrals as well.
Okay.
You know, and we do have a community link agency here that can link you to the resources in the area. So, but usually, and we provide third-party transportation. I give referrals and then give you transportation to the referral agency that I'm referring you to. And then after maybe you get established there, you could just come back and then you're ready for your rental. We provide food until you're able to get transferred here from whatever area that you're traveling from.
Okay.
And that's just a temporary source, basically, until you can establish a permanent source.
I see. So essentially what you can say is this program is more of a temporary solution to
Yes, it's just a temporary solution, not a permanent one.
Okay.
But we try to establish a way that you can maintain after we assist you, and maybe follow up to see if you are maintaining.
Okay. That's cool. So would you say, as an employee of this organization and this particularly heading up our emergency services program within the community services block grant program, would you say that this is truly changing people's lives in the community?
Of course it is. It may be a temporary, it may be a temporary assistance, but we are here to assure that you establish some type of structure, because we have all type of interagency referrals for your Head Start for your kids, senior services, all different utility assistance. So we are constantly doing interagency referrals to ensure that a family establish some type of structure if they're interested.
Okay. I have a question for you. With us being in an election season, you get to see candidate Obama and you get to see candidate Romney having very different political views, especially with regard to assistance for needy families. What do you say to people like presidential candidate Mitt Romney and other right-wing conservatives who feel as though government assistance for low-income families is a handout to the poor and to the needy? Like, what, as a person working in the trenches, for lack of a better term, assisting these people day in and day out and seeing these people's faces, what do you say to Vice Presidential candidate Romney?
Well, I would actually say that we need more funding in those areas, because I think there's more low-income people than they actually realize. And these not people that want to stay in the trenches. We have a lot of families that come here and go through our emergency program that actually need the help. So these are not people that's constantly coming, the same people over and over. As I stated, we have, the last few years, we've had actually more new faces than ever. And that's due to, like I stated earlier, job loss and things like that.
I see. Okay.
And there's always a demand. Actually, we very seldom have to do outreach or advertise, because our funding is always low.
Okay. Yeah.
Or not enough.
Yeah, as with a lot of programs that we're seeing around the state. We're seeing, I hear that funding is getting cut at programs all across the state.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. So would you say that with that, there needs to be not only a restoration of the original funding, but do you think even with the original amount of funds that you were getting before the cuts, that you'd still need more?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Because we only offer our services not 12 months throughout the year. When we go into a lack of fund, usually I would say the first 6 months. Our funding starts basically in January, and then if we can't offer it constant. We have to, take breaks, and the demand never stops.
Yeah.
So, therefore, if we had more funding, we would be able to give the service on a constant basis, as opposed to, taking breaks.
If you had more funding, what kinds of things do you think you could do to expound upon the great things that you guys are doing in the community?
Well, maybe increase the amount that we are issuing, because what we do now is maybe decrease the amount to assist more people. And that helps, but we could help a little more if we had the funding.
Okay, that's interesting. With such a program that has such a great impact on the community, what would you say is the overall impact that the community is being had upon if, actually, what would be the impact, do you think, if your funding were eliminated? What do you think the impact would be?
Well, a lot of people could possibly be homeless, or we would have lots of families living together, generations of families, and hungry people.
Yeah.
Because, as I stated, our funding, we always use it all and could use more. So that would be the impact.
Yeah. And so with that advent, do you think that the city, in an effort to save money by eliminating this program, they'd have to spend more money in another medium to curtail the homelessness?
Yeah, they would have to spend more money in other areas, probably in the homeless shelters and places like that. because usually families, if they're homeless, they maybe go to shelters and other places like that, and transitional shelters usually are always full, so they would have to spend money in those areas as opposed to, providing a temporary source for them to actually get started.
Okay. Yeah. So I know you probably get to work a lot one-on-one personally with people in this job and within this program. I know we kind of alluded to it earlier, but I think, could you give us a bit more of a personalistic view as to like the impact that this is having on families, this particular program? Like how does it impact a person personally? Like if I were in those shoes, how would it benefit me as a person?
Oh, it would benefit you a great deal because, first of all, if you're homeless and it would just say that you were just released from the Department of Corrections, usually you're living in a halfway house or something and you have a job. What we'll do after your time has expired at the halfway house, this is a scenario that has actually happened. After the time expired at the halfway house, they require that you move. But with the jobs that they have available for those people, the people that's being released from the Department of Correction, they actually don't have enough money to pay their deposit and rent. So we'll actually pay your first month's rent, and therefore you could just pay your deposit. We'll give you food until you're, because usually if you're single, you may not be eligible for public assistance as far as food stamps or SNAP or your link or whatever, so, or whichever one of those resources that you're applying for. So we'll give you food until you establish a permanent food source as well.
Wow. Wow. I understand that you guys also offer a prescription program. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we do provide prescription vouchers to individuals that have a prescription. That include seniors, children, and anybody that have a legal prescription from a doctor, a medical prescription. That's what it has to be. And we will give you a voucher to one of several drugstores that we have in the area.
We can see from our short interaction that this program is having a profound effect on a community that greatly needs it. So I appreciate you being with us in here today, talking to us about the Community Services Block Action Program. So at this point, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back a little bit later with McFarland Bragg.
PCCEO Head Start is now registering children for our 2012-2013 school year. Head Start is a safe, nurturing environment for children between the ages of 3 and 5. Head Start provides a variety of support programs for families to help them on the road to success. Half-day sessions and full-day sessions are now available. For more information, please contact 671-3960. Give your child and your family a Head Start. Welcome back to Captions. I'm Lamar Anderson, your guest host. Today we're going to be talking about community action changing lives. I actually have your guest host, also Mr. Cecil Bletcher, who will be returning later on this show. I also have the two Robins here today. Welcome, ladies, to the show.
Thank you.
And they're going to be talking about their very different programs. Actually, if you don't mind, I'll start with you, Ms. Robin Berry, if that's okay.
Yes, that's fine.
All right. Ms. Berry, what program do you work for PCCEO?
Well, right now I am over the Okpara program, which is PCCEO's Affordable Housing Initiative. We built two group of housings. We have Okpara 1 and Okpara 2. For those of you who don't, in the audience, who don't know what Okpara is tax credit housing that it gives individual an opportunity, I should say low to moderate income individuals, an opportunity for home ownership.
Okay.
We built 80 in Okpara 1,
okay,
and we built another 60 in Okpara 2. And we built another 60 because of the fact that the first 80 were so successful.
Okay.
It is a lease purchase program. It gives an individual opportunity to actually rent a home for 15 years.
Okay.
And then at the end of that term, they are offered an option to buy. And that option to buy would be for what is left on the remaining amount of the loan plus some exit taxes. And so you've got individuals who can basically buy a house that may have cost anywhere from $65,000 to $70,000 to build, that they'll be able to buy that house for somewhere around $25,000 or less.
Wow.
Because we'll also look for down payment assistance to help those individuals be able to buy those homes as well.
So are there other things put in place to assist them while they're purchasing the particular home?
You know, actually, yes. I mean, we can't take individuals who have never been a homeowner and just say, you know, your 15 years is done, now you can buy the house. We've got to go ahead and give them some type of skills.
Yes.
We've started out early, before the 15-year time was up. We've actually put the clients through, we've done some credit counseling.
Okay.
We've done some credit repair, because most people are not going to have just $25,000 laying around to buy the house. And so that means that they got to qualify for a bank loan. So in this day and age, you know, we saw what happened in the mortgage, the mortgage crisis. So there was a time that you could qualify for FHA loan and maybe only have a credit score for 580. Now banks are wanting 640 as a credit score. So most of these individuals may have to do some credit repair in order to get their credit score up to 640. We're also giving them home buyer education classes where they can learn how to do financing, learn, you know, look, now you can't just call and say, what's wrong with the furnace, you know, what's wrong with the roof. You've got to learn how to do maintenance, you know, how to change the filter, and to do what type of maintenance is going to take place in order to keep your house, you know, clean out your own gutters and do those things that are not going to cause problems. And so we will actually take a look at each one of these houses before the term is up. We'll inspect them and we'll make sure that none of the things like the plumbing, the electrical, those things that could cause your house to go into foreclosure, because now you got to buy. You know, you got to buy another furnace, and most people are not going to be able to afford to do that. We want to make sure that all of those things that would cost them a lot of money are in good shape, because we want to make sure we give them the best opportunity for success.
Okay. And where are these homes located?
Well, most of them are on the south side. Well, not most of them, all of them are on the south side.
And was that specific? Were there
well, it was specific because the south side had a lot of vacant lots, and so it was an infill. It was an infill program. So you had so many different vacant lots that were available. The south side, people want to say all the time that people on the south side don't pay very high property taxes. And that is true as compared to some other places in the city. But unless you start to do some type of development and improve the housing stock, which PCCEO did when they put these infill houses in these neighborhoods, those caused actually the property taxes of the neighborhood to increase. So we need to see those type of development activities that are going to take place in addition to economic development in order to expand the tax base, and that way the 4th and 5th district won't keep complaining that they are picking up the slack for the 1st district.
Now, one of my most important questions is how does someone contact you all to get involved? Just say they want to get involved with the program. How do they get in contact with you? How do they get this started?
Well, we actually have a rental office, which is located at 1006 West 4th Street. They can come into our rental office, or they can call, which the number is 673-1508. but most people aren't going to just remember the number by me saying it on the
Okay.
show. So I would suggest that they call PCCEO.
Okay.
And we can give them the number. We can direct them to the person that they need to talk to. And we would love for them to participate in the program, because this is one of the best opportunities for families that have a low to moderate income to be able to become homeowners.
Wow, and thank you for that. Hopefully got all your information out in regards to that particular program. Thank you for waiting so patiently there, Ms. Gathers.
My pleasure.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the program that you currently work with. It's an urban weatherization program, correct?
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the Urban Weatherization Initiative program is really an initiative that is trying to get Illinois' homes more energy efficient, and PCCEO has obtained this particular program to specifically help those in Peoria County with their homes to make them more energy efficient, and to help homeowners lower their energy bills, as well as renters of homes to lower their energy bills. It's also a job training program where we provide training to individuals who desire to go into the field of weatherization and green energy.
Okay. What types of students are, in terms of their training, what type of specific students are you looking for?
The types of students, we're looking for all individuals. It doesn't matter, male, female, minorities. It's open to all to get the training. We're looking for individuals who have a desire to work with their hands. We have a desire to attract those who doesn't mind what type of weather it is to do the job.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people that have made decisions sometime in their life that college was not their main thing. So we're providing skill trade training in order to help people become self-sufficient regardless of the educational opportunities they may have chosen to change on or were not able to afford.
Okay, and I understand you have your session you have scheduled for July 30th. That particular session is full, correct?
Yes, we have over 60 applicants.
Wow.
And we're doing our screenings right now to fill the slots for that class.
Okay, so what other training sessions are planned? Are there some others planned?
Yes, we're planning 2 more sessions in the year 2013. The first, which will be around late January, early February.
Okay, and what kind of demand in terms of for employees have you seen in regards to the opportunities for people going into weatherization?
Well, the green energy movement is sweeping across the nation pretty fast, and particularly in Peoria County. And our weather is so brutal here that even with winter is already hard, and now with the weather that we've had in the summer, people are struggling all year long to pay their energy bills. So the desire for energy efficient homes is very high. We've had many people come to us talking about having monthly bills of $500 to $1,000 per month. And all of this can be alleviated with homes properly weatherized.
Okay, how does someone get in contact with your program?
They could contact me at PCCEO at 309-671-3900 and just ask for either me, Robin Gathers, or just mention the Urban Weatherization Program.
I want to truly thank you ladies for your insight in regards to the program that you offer. Hopefully everyone will contact your programs, and we're going to continue to have these type of programs around here. Again, I'm Lamar Anderson, your guest host. Mr. Cecil Bletcher will be returning shortly here, interviewing Mr. McFarland Bragg, the PCCEO President / CEO. Sit back, relax, and watch some more captions.